tracking milestones of an incredible journey spanning 30 years. Rahman Music Sheets. Bombay. Its soundtrack became one of the best-selling Indian music albums of all times. British paper The Guardian included it in the list of 1000 albums to hear before you die. Bombay's theme track appeared in various international films. One wonders, what was so special about the soundtrack of Bombay that it transcended all boundaries?
When you make a film, you're not looking at that. You're just trying to make a film and you're trying to make it, make the music, right for it. Music which will work, which will help the script to elevate itself. That is the basic motive when you start a film. But what I think was really outstanding with Bombay's work was the theme music that he had done for Bombay. But I didn't know what he was going to do with it. And we are waiting for a song to shoot. And so when we finish the shooting and we go to his studio hoping to listen to a song, which we need to plan and get ready for the shoot. But here he does this score. He plays us this score which is recorded the previous night. And it's so outstanding that you can't even complain to him, where is my song? It was so brilliant. I think that was really, really international in my opinion.
But sir, I'm finding it very interesting that when you heard his composition, you liked it right in the first.
No, not really so. What I do is I take the CD from him and it's non-stop loop on my house. So much so that the rest of my family wants it out. So, I've always done that. Even with Ilayaraja, I used to somehow try to get it on tape and come back and listen. I'm just a music listener. I'm not in any way an expert on music. So for me, unless I listen over and over again and then it still stays with me, that's when I think it'll be right. And to keep it going for you with your script in mind and see whether it'll fit in, where it'll fit in, is very important. So it's not as though I instantly are able to pick up. It takes time, like everything else, and but it comes to you. You know when you've got something really special when you listen to it a few times.
You would say that his music for you also is not an instant coffee but a slow poison.
Yeah, I think music generally is like that for me. Even with Ilayaraja it was like that. So it's a way. I think what you're looking at is certain things can be instant, but if you're looking at something which will be long-standing, which will remain with you and with the film for a long time, then you need to make sure that the next morning you can still, the tune still rings in your mind.
shooting those songs must have been quite challenging. So what was the process? Did you decide on the visual treatment first and he created music accordingly, or he created music and you interpreted it visually?
I think it's a two-way process. I mean, when we compose, you give a brief as to what you're looking at, what kind you're looking at, and that's the motive with which you go. But once the music is made, once the song is produced, it becomes an entity of its own, and that demands a certain thing from you. So you've given an input and he comes out with something, and that becomes the input for you to relook at it, to reconceive it or to enhance it. Sometimes what you've had in mind may not be right for it, so, or you ask him to shift it a little, see whether we can change it, So with him it's very easy in the sense that when you say it doesn't work for you, he would have worked all night, he would have worked for several months, got something ready. And if you tell him that it's not working, it's never personal with him. He's so much of a director-friendly person that at any point of time you can tell that you like this, you don't like this, that that I was thinking of this part as a silent piece. And he might agree, may not agree, but he'll listen to you and give you an alternate, So it was like working together, really, I mean, it was not just that I have to hold him and take him, or that he will go somewhere and I have to see it and say yes or no. It's not that. It's like a, it's like a partnership, really speaking.
Rahman has said that he learned how to write film music from you.
Not at all. I think Rahman is just being nice and saying that, but not at all. It absolutely not. I mean, he knew everything. He just that I just had to tell him that he doesn't have to do what somebody else is doing. That he can do. We don't have to think in terms of what is being done. We can, do something different. So as long as we get the emotion right. So I think just that he was not asked to repeat, make another version of somebody else, but to be himself. That's all the thing that I've done. The rest is all his work.
Bombay earned the reputation of being one of the most controversial films in the history of Indian popular cinema. Its release was delayed by many months due to censorship issues. It was banned by many cities. Yet, it became a critically and commercially acclaimed film, and its music reigned supreme. We now move on to Dil Se, the story of its music by Mani Ratnam, in our next episode. Stay with us. Rahman Music Sheets will continue to track his incredible journey to superstardom, connecting you with his creative partners, also engaging with musicians he inspired. If you have reinterpreted or recreated Rahman's music, share your videos. If selected, you will get featured on Rahman Music Sheets. To submit your videos, log on to our website o2-india.com.